In this video, we will learn about Introduction to Factoring. We will start from the very beginning. Let's say we have 6x squared minus 6x. All we have to remember is we need to take the common factor, the highest common factor. So in this example, you can see we have number common 6 and x. So inside will be the remaining items. What we should multiply with 6x, that we get the first term, which is 6x squared, and that number is simply x, because 1x is already outside, 1x is here, and the last number will be simply 1, and that is our answer for this one. Let's take a look at another example. We have 5ab minus 5b. Now we have two variables. Instead of just a or b, we have a and b. So again, the numbers that are common, which is simply 5, and if you look at the variables, a is only in the first term but nothing here at the second term, so we have only b common. So we will write 5b, and inside will be the remaining numbers or variables. So in this case we have a minus 1, because remember, 5b times negative 1, we get negative 5b. So this is our answer for this one. Let's try another example. We have 21 abc minus 14 ab squared. So don't get afraid because there are three variables over here. The concept is still the same. We need first look at the numbers. Okay, what is common in 14 and 21? Forget the negative sign for now, and the number is common, which is 7, right? And now look at the variables. What is common? A is in both the terms. Yes, one a is here, one a is here, so we write a. B is common also, we write b. C is common only on the first term, so we will not write that. So in the parenthesis we have left numbers. What we should multiply with 7, that we get only 21. Just focus on that. No variables, only numbers. If we multiply with 3, 7 times 3, we get 21, right? And now we need to focus on the variables only. We already have a, b outside, inside will be c, to get the c in the first term. Then what we should multiply 7, that we get negative 14. Well, 7 is already positive, so we need to get a negative sign, times 2 and b, right? Because b is, we have b squared in the second term. So this is how we factor. This is just a basic way to factor. Now we will go into three terms. So let's try this example. We have 5x cubed plus 25x squared minus 15x. So pause the video and try it yourself first. First write the numbers and the variables and then everything in the parentheses, and play the video to see the answer. Okay, so I hope you have tried the first step. As you can see, the number is common, 5. We will write 5, and for x, that is the only variables, but don't make the mistake but by writing x squared or x cubed, because it is x cubed over here, x squared and x. That means x is common everywhere, not x squared, right? X squared is not common in the last term. X cubed is also not common in the second or the third term. So we will write simply x. So what goes inside, that we get 5x cubed, the first term, we will simply write x squared. 5x times x squared, we get the 5x cubed. The next is simply positive sign. Then we multiply with 5x, and the last one is negative 3 with no x, because 1x is already in the first term. When these two multiply, 5 times negative 3, we get negative 15, and x multiply, simply x. Okay, so let's try one more problem. We have 8x cubed minus 10x squared minus 14x. So how we will solve this? Now first we will take a look at the numbers. It's the same problem like the last one. The only difference is the negative signs. So first concentrate on the numbers only. We have 2 in common, and for variable we have x in common. Remember, x over here, x square, x square. X square is not present everywhere, only in the first and second term, but x is present everywhere. So in the parenthesis we write 2 times 4, right? But that gives us 8, and now the variable x square. Okay, then minus sign, because 2 will be multiplied with a negative sign, so we get negative 10x square times 5x, again a negative sign, this time we multiply with 7 and no x. Okay, so let's take a look at a little bit more of a complex problem. It looks complex, but it's nothing to be afraid of. We have 40a square minus 16ab minus 24a. Just because these numbers are big doesn't mean the process is different. It's the same thing. What is common in 40, 16 and 24? Well, everything is divisible by 2, but we need the highest common factor, the HCF. So what is common? 3? No. 4? Yes, 4 goes everywhere, but keep going until you find to make sure that that is the highest one. Okay, 6 doesn't go in 40 or 16. How about 8? 8 goes in 40 and 16 and 24. Yes, 8 times 4, that's 40. 8 times 2, 16. 8 times 3, 24. How about any other number? 12? No, 12 doesn't go here. 16 goes here, but nowhere else. So basically 8 is the highest number. So we will take 8 in common. And what is the variable in common? We have a. Okay, then in parenthesis we have what? 5, because 8 times 5 is 40, and a. 8 times a times a, we get a square. So first term is done. This one is done. Now we need a negative number, so we will multiply with negative. 8 times 2b, right? 8 times negative 2, we get negative 16, and simply b, because b is not outside. So we got negative 16ab. Next is again negative sign, this time with 3. And that is how we solve it. Okay, so let's take a look at 2 more problems. If you can solve this, that means you understand the concept of factoring, at least the introduction version. Okay, so we have 20a square b minus 4ab square plus 12ab plus 8a square b square. Again, don't get confused with many numbers. First break it down with the numbers. What is common in 20, 4, 12 and 8? Well, 2 is common everywhere, 1 and 2. 3 is not common everywhere except 12. How about 4? 4 is common everywhere, and that is highest because we have 4 already here. We cannot go with a higher number, so we take common as 4. How about a variable? Look at a. A is everywhere, yes, but not a square. We have single a here, single a, so we simply write a. How about b? B is also here, but with the same situation, with 1 power. So what goes inside that we get? 20ab square. We will multiply with 5 and a, right? 4 times 5, that's 20. A times a, that's a square, and simply b is already outside. So how about the next number, negative 4ab square? I will use a different color. So we need to multiply with a negative sign, so we get that. 4 is already outside, so we don't need to multiply with that. A is already outside as well. However, we need b square. We have only one b outside, so we will multiply with only b, negative b. Then inside again we have a positive sign. 4 times 3, that is 12. ab is already there. So the next one is plus, because we have a positive sign. We will multiply 4 times 2 a b, because when 4 multiplies with 2 we get 8. ab is already outside, we multiply them again, so we get a square and b square. This is our final answer for this one. Okay, so don't get confused. Watch it again if you want to, and it's very easy after a few practices. Let's take a look at one last example. We have 18xy square plus 6x square y plus 24xy minus 12x square y square. Okay, So in this problem as well, try to solve it by yourself. Pause the video and try with the numbers at least. 18, 6, 24, negative 12. Take everything in common and then play the video again to see the answer. And this time I will explain it again a little bit more thoroughly. Okay, so I hope you have paused the video and you tried it yourself. So we will take a look at the numbers. Okay, we need common what? We need a common number and variables. That is the highest common factor. Okay, HCF, whatever is the highest of all. What goes into 18? Well, 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 and 18 itself, but those numbers doesn't go here, right? Only 1, 2, 3 and 6. 9 and 18 doesn't go there. So we need the highest that goes in everywhere, not just one. So 6 is the number. 6 goes here, 6 goes here, everything. Okay, so we write 6. How about the variables? We have x and y. Only concentrate on x. We have 1x power 1, we have 2 power, again 1 and 2. So we have only 1 that goes everywhere at least. How about y? Y have the same situation. They have 1 power here, 1 power, we have 2 powers and 2 powers. So we write y. Okay, everything is done. Now we will go inside in the parenthesis. What we should multiply with 6 that we get 18. We are focusing only on the first term. Well, 6 times 3, that is 18. Okay, and what about variable that we get? X. Well, x is already outside, so we don't need to write that. Y is already outside as well, but we need y square. So we will multiply with y square. So 6 times 3, we get 18. Xy times y, we get xy square. Okay, how about the second term? Again, this is positive, so I already wrote the plus sign. 6, it's already 6, so we have to write 1, right? But how about the variable? We don't need to write 1, but for your confusion, I will write that. But we will multiply x with x, so we get x square. Y is already outside, so that is it for the second term. How about the third term? If we multiply 6 with 4, we get 24. Yes, 6 times 4, 24. Xy is already written outside, so we don't need to do anything with it. And the last one is a negative sign. So 6 times what? We get negative 12. 6 times negative 2. Okay, x and y, because 2x, y is already outside and we have this one. So this is our final answer for this one.